Learning UX design but unsure of what tools to use? Discover the best industry standard tools that every UX designer needs to know about. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the best tools I use when starting out as a UX designer, give you a brief overview of each tool, tell you why I use them and how I use them as well. If you have any questions about the tools used and how I use them, ask me them in the comments below. And be sure to like this video if it gives you any value and subscribe to my channel for more tips like this on YouTube. These are the tools I'm going to go through. Sketch, a vector-based design tool. Marvel, a free prototyping tool you can use anywhere. Google Analytics, a free analytics platform for tracking your users. And Google Forms, a free survey tool. So let's dive right in, guys. Sketch is a vector-based design tool, and vector-based means that your lines, squares, shapes are all mathematically calculated. And what that means is that when you're creating your designs and you zoom in or zoom out, you're not faced with that situation where your designs are now pixelated or become blurry. And that was a very, very biggie for me when I first found out about Sketch. Before then, I was using tools like Photoshop and Illustrator, and after around 5 layers, my computer RAM would suddenly get clogged up and my computer would just run completely slow. Now that was something that's really, really bad for me trying to be a productive UX designer, because a slow computer just means you don't get to do that much work. So when I first discovered Sketch back in 2015, I was completely blown away by the fact that I could have hundreds of layers and my computer wouldn't even slow down. So that was a game changer for me when it came to working on my designs. I no longer had to find shortcuts and workarounds to be as productive anymore. I could leave all of that and for Sketch to figure out. And that was a number one thing that really pushed me to using Sketch. Now, another thing that was great about Sketch is that it allowed you to design what they consider components. Now, components are, for example, buttons or images or just design stuff, common design stuff that you might use frequently. So you can just create it once and use it anywhere, and the design will stay consistent. And what's really, really great about it is that once you update that component, whatever it is they're using on any of the designs, it automatically updates there as well, as you can see in the video over here. So I know Illustrator was a vector-based design tool as well, but where Sketch really, really shone for me was the fact that they allowed you to install what they call plugins. Now, plugins allowed you to boost the features of Sketch tenfold. I had plugins that allowed me to autocorrect, that found spelling mistakes, that allowed me to do artboard management, that allowed me to manage my styles and everything around it. So that was really a game changer for me when it came to using Sketch and compared to Illustrator. And also Sketch was also very based on screen design, whereas Illustrator was more for illustrators and artists, whereas Sketch was just purely for those who are in UX and trying to build great experiences for their users that use screens. So that's why I use Sketch every day. I mean, Sketch is also one of the leaders in the industry. There are some new people coming into the field, but Sketch for me has been the number one platform that I always go to. So yeah, Sketch was really, really good for just screen designs. And when I used to do stuff like that on Photoshop and Illustrator, because especially for Photoshop, it wasn't a vector-based design tool. When it came to resizing my assets and trying to design for a different screen size, I would have to recreate that design in that specific screen size, which means that it's just doubling my time, my design time, which is not something I want to be spent doing. Whereas with Sketch, all you just have to do is design on your 1x base design screen, and then you can export to 2x, 3x, whatever that screen size is, and it does all of the magic for you. So Sketch was really a game changer in the game for me when it came to all of that stuff. So definitely give Sketch a try. It is $99 a year, but it's only for once you buy it once, you don't have to buy it again. So if you want the consistent updates, they have a yearly subscription for that. Rather than that, Sketch is a go-to tool for me. It is a Mac-based platform, and that does limit a bit of the accessibility. But if you've got a Mac, definitely get Sketch. The second tool I want to go over is Marvel app. It's a rapid prototyping tool that you can use absolutely anywhere, whether that be on the web or any Android or iOS device. And when I first discovered this tool, it really changed the game for me, because I could go from designing on pen and paper to snapping it on my phone and then directly prototyping right then and there. And that's a game changer for any UX designer, because the productivity that allows you to be capable of now is just skyrockets through the roof. And the thing that's really great, that I use this at work every single day now. Whether I need to quickly create a design and go and test that with users, or create a design and send it off to my colleagues to get feedback, it's really that easy and simple to use. And this completely changes the way you think and feel about doing your designs now, because being able to have that freedom to create something is something that I struggled with a lot when I was trying to be productive as a designer early on in my UX design career, is that I would always have all these ideas and I would jot them down. And for me to go from that to a computer, I didn't always have a computer available to be able to do something like that. But now with Marvel app, I can just snap it on my phone, draw and pin a piece of paper, snap on my phone, and be good to go. That changes just the way when changes the way of when and where you can now be creative. And that's because when the idea strikes, you don't want to be stopped, you don't want to be prevented, because you don't have your computer around you to really explore if that idea can go any further. So Marvel app is a free prototyping tool you can use. It's free with one project, but if you want more projects, they do have a monthly subscription that you can sign up to. But literally, you can use it on any platform, whether that be the web, your Android, iOS device, that's phone, mobile, tablet. And they have their own design tool on their web platform, but I design from sketch and then import that back into Marvel to then do a prototyping to share with colleagues, share with clients, share with people that just I need to get feedback from on the designs that I'm creating. So definitely give Marvel app a try if you're trying to be a UX designer. It's another one of those industry standard tools that is becoming more and more popular today for its accessibility. So yeah, give Marvel app a try. The third tool I want to go over is Google Analytics. Now, Google Analytics, it's a powerful user tracking platform for being able to track your users. And everybody knows Google from Google search. They have a breadth of data, and the amount of data they allow you to capture for free literally is game changing, to be able to set up your Google Analytics and capture so much stuff about your users that are the pain points they might be facing on your websites or apps or services. Literally, Google Analytics is the industry leading tool for tracking user behaviors on digital devices. So I use it every day at work. I've used it every workplace that I've been, and because it's free and they have such powerful tools that allow you to just capture information, it changes the game for what is that you can do as a UX designer. It allows you to dive really deep into the details of what is the problems the users are facing. Literally get granular information on pages, on time spent, on sessions, on so much information about users that help you to gain insight on pain points or problems, or just generate ideas of how to create better designs for your users. And the thing that's really even crazy about Google is that they have all of these other tools that they've built that link into their Google Analytics platform to enrich their data. For example, Google Optimize is an A/B testing tool that allows you to create various designs and test which ones work amongst users. You can then link that user behavior back into your analytics for you to gain deeper insights of then how to use that data to improve your designs even more. So it's a very powerful tool, and it can be hard to set up. I've had a lot of experience setting it up. So you guys let me know in the comments below if you want me to set up another video going through how to actually set up your Google Analytics. So that's something I don't mind doing. So let me know again in the comments below if that's something you want done. So yeah, Google Analytics, it's free. It's game changing that it's free. They do sample your data, but if you're just starting out, or if your company is big enough, just the sample data is a bit random at times, but it's enough for you to really gather enough information about your user behavior. So definitely give Google Analytics a try. Now, the final tool I want to go over is Google Forms. Google Forms is a free survey tool that you can use to just capture user feedback. Just capture the feedback of your users from any kind of platform. Literally, you have a free web-based app that allows you to create simple drag and drop questions. Your questions can even get very complex, which is what really won me over for Google Forms. That most survey tools, you have to pay for allowing you to link questions to other questions, or if somebody answers a specific question, you want to send them somewhere else, whereas Google Forms gives you that for free. Literally, like it was a no-brainer for me to use Google Forms to do that. So literally, when I first started my latest job, what I did straight away was just created a form on Google Forms, sent it out to our clients just to quickly capture feedback or just data around the problem we were trying to solve. So it's very, very easy to use. They have very complex features, and all of that is free to use. So definitely give Google Forms a go. It's very easy to use. You can just drag and drop your questions, multiple answers, drop down lists, long text forms, link into other questions. All of that can be done in their platform. So yeah, Google Forms is one of those tools that it will become a staple in your tool set, because you need to be able to understand your users every day. And if you can use a tool that's free and powerful as Google Forms to then capture data around a problem, so that you can then build insights to then help you design better. Like Google Forms for me is the number one survey tool that you can use as a UX designer starting out. So yeah, give that a try. The best thing about these tools, that most of them are free to use. Very important for your UX designer that's just starting out. So familiarize yourself with these industry standard tools. They will definitely up your game and give you a competitive edge.